Welcome back, everybody, to me talking about why I didn't do anything last week. Yes, it's weekly navel-gazing time, and yeah, we'll look at the devastation, shall we? Well, cheers. All right. So yeah, this is the usual. It's Monday. I'll talk about what I read last week, what I didn't read, what I plan to read this week, what kind of videos I made, what kind of videos I didn't make, and what kind of videos I'm planning to make this week, and the usual stuff. So yeah, let's do this short and sweet. I read The Wind-Up Girl. That's it. And, did some rereading of Jingo by Terry Pratchett, but mostly I finished my reread of The Wind-Up Girl. And it is still a very good book. And, yeah, maybe I'll still be able to make something video-wise out of it. I guess I should. I just need to figure out what, because I don't think a review is something we need in, the year 2022, when this came out in 2009. So maybe not. We will see. I still want to, put it into a larger context, if I can. We will see. Of course, I did reread Jingo by Terry Pratchett, which is a fantastic book, and you all should go and read it, because, it's good. And more Pratchett is always good. So yeah, I did that. What kind of videos did I make last week? Well, I made one. Fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, I planned to make much more, and then I didn't do any of that. We'll get into that later, I guess. But yeah, I made a video on originality and familiarity and stuff like that, and it was something that I just felt the inspiration when I watched the video that AP did, AP Canavan, the Critical Dragon did, and I enjoyed that, and I was like, yeah, I got things to say about that, and I am fairly happy with the video. It's not, the best, the best video I've ever made. It's not even doing that well, but it's something I think I have an interesting idea to do there, and so I'm fairly happy with that. And then, I don't know. I didn't get much more videos done. I started working on that larger video project, but I'll have to re-record bits, and we will see. Hopefully this week I'll get it done. Which brings us to what's going to go this week. Because yes, I didn't do more, which is a shame, really. So yeah, I'm going to read something. I just, because I finished The Wind-Up Girl this morning at the gym, I'm now starting to read something I was looking forward to all year. And that is the Demon Princess series by Jack Vance. It's finally, the final one is coming out on Audible tomorrow. So I can now actually binge read the entire series without having to wait for a book, which is sort of my plan for all of this. So I'll start the Star King today. They're all pretty short, so should be no problem. And yeah, I'll definitely talk about that in the video, because, more love for Jack Vance is always important, and I'm really looking forward to this one, because, yeah, it's awesome, I think, I hope. I know deep in my heart. So yeah, that's something that I'll definitely read this week. If I have more time beyond that, who knows? I had this urge, I still have this urge to reread The Wizard and Knight by Gene Wolfe, which is a fantastic fantasy story where Gene Wolfe does straight up epic fantasy for once. It also has cool characters, including a talking cat and a talking dog. So there's certainly that, and I love to do that, I guess, in some form of a buddy read or something, but I'd need to find someone willing to read that with me. I don't want to do a full-on read-along, the the Discworld thing and the Black Company thing, because, capacities and stuff. But there is an aspect to reading, especially with something like that, where I feel that having a conversation with someone else who has read the same book or is reading the same book would really make, things more fun, or whatever you want to say. And yeah, it seems I always pick books that no one else has read, so when I make like a video, there's no one out there who's talking about it, which is a bit of a shame. And so maybe I'll push back my reread of The Wizard Knight until I find someone who's willing to, read Wizard Knight with me, which, if you're that one person, let me know and we can totally do that. I'm willing to do. And it's, as I said, it's sort of like Arthurian Norse mythology mix-up kind of thing by Gene Wolfe, and it's fantastic. So that's sort of like my backup plan, and possibly go and do some more like contemporary, like near future techno thriller stuff that I could reread, like Daniel Suarez, and maybe some Neil Stevenson, to have this larger project of looking at how near future sci-fi has changed over the last decade, or maybe has not changed, or because I think there's something to be said there that will tie into like one of the video projects that I'm having at the back of my mind, and that is that even more than your typical far future sci-fi, your space opera, whatever, your hard sci-fi in like the far future, these near future techno thrillery kind of books very deliberately tackle problems or look at problems that humanity is facing right now. Some of them, looked at those things like a decade ago when they weren't as brutally urgent as now, but they were, already there, like the water issues in in The Water Knife, or the idea of copyrighting genetically changed or whatever crops in The Wind-Up Girl, stuff like that. So I still think there's something there. I just feel I have to look at some other authors, because I think Daniel Suarez might be an interesting candidate for that, because when I look at, like, in my memory, Demon and Freedom TM were like very, very much on that level that someone like Neil Stevenson also looks at, which is like, we need, tech billionaires, genius tech billionaires to save humanity disruptively. And from what I've seen, I haven't read any of the other Suarez stuff, like the newer Suarez stuff, like Delta V and whatever he has nowadays. I feel he may have changed his mind on that. Unlike, say, Neil Stevenson, who hasn't. So I see that's sort of where I have like that's sort of like how I'll go about my creating videos. I have the inkling that there is something there, and there might be an idea of just comparing these three authors and how they, map onto our general like ways in the Anglo-American whatever Western world, how we look at these issues. So that's how I have this like gut feeling there might be something there. So I'm like, I'm going to read more of those books. Now, obviously, I'd need to go and spend Audible credits on more Daniel Suarez books, because I only have those two, Demon and Freedom TM, from way back. And there's obviously time involved, so that's like sort of out there TBR stuff, even though it's not like an actual TBR. It may change tomorrow when I have like a great idea, like similar with that Gene Wolfe book that I wanted to reread. So yeah, that's sort of how my reading plans are for this week. And let's look at the video plans. So there's a lot going on here, and I'm kind of angry at myself that I didn't actually get videos done before. So I got tagged for the Build Your Own Warband tag by Do Unicorns Read. I'm gonna do that video. I promise. I was whining about how no one is ever tagging me, and then I get tagged, and I just like, don't do it. We can't have that. And yeah, we'll see. I have like sort of made all my plans on which characters to pick, and now I'm like, should I do like the classic version or should I do like an all Discworld version? Because I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just pick Rincewind as wizard because I want him to be the wizard. We will see. I am still debating that because there's those two options, like a serious one where I pick characters from books that I really enjoy, including an animal companion from the Wizard and the Knight, which is sort of my thought. Like, I want to have that animal companion. I'm like, oh shit, I should probably reread the books. And then I had this like emotional feeling, like a gut feeling. I really want to reread those books because in my memory they're really, really awesome. Like, that would be great. And, almost, nostalgic or cozy, so to speak, because I didn't feel too well last week. So there's that. We will see. So definitely a video I'll make this week is, I promise, the Build Your Own Warband video. I will do that. I promise. There's other videos I feel like making. One of them I didn't plan to, but now I want to. That is, last week, once again, AP made a video on, like, should politics be in fantasy? Or maybe even like 2 weeks ago. I'm slow with these kind of things. So should politics be in fantasy? And he was looking at the debate, and I made a comment, or maybe 2 comments, I don't know. And it all makes a lot of sense, and I'm happy with like what he did there, and I fully agree with everything he said there. And then I felt like there's more to say, and I didn't know exactly how to build that up. And I think yesterday I may have gotten an idea. I just couldn't record the video because then, like, that live stream with Steven Erikson and Cam Asselman started, and I was like, I want to watch that. And then they talk about the same kind of things. And I'm like, oh shit, I should probably scrap that video idea because smarter minds have already talked about it. And I'm like, no, I'll still do it. I reread Epic Pooh by Michael Moorcock yesterday, and it kind of feeds into that same debate. And I think I see the shape of the video I want to make on the whole politics in fiction or politics in fantasy, and why I think there's more to the debate than just the, oh, but you only complain if it's not your politics. And I think there's more to it, and I hope I'll be able to verbalize all of that in a good way. We will see. That's a planned video for this week, maybe today. We will see. The other thing, obviously, is that I still want to do that long-form video where I add individual bits and try to edit them together and so forth. I even started recording. I recorded 1 bit on Roland Barthes and Death of the Author, and then I changed the structure of that video in my brain, so I'm now need to re-record that video. But hopefully I'll manage to do that over the next couple of days, so it is done by the end of the week. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? So I'm doing, like, this one is sort of, I'm trying to plan something different there, like, make it a bit more like video essay with different parts, structures, maybe even title cards between the, fancy. And I'm like, but am I good enough for this? Am I going to be able to A, make a point, B, get the editing done? Who knows? So I'm also like very scared, so I guess that's kind of holding me back with that video, which is probably a reason why I didn't do it last week and just forced myself to start once and then didn't get anything else done, so we don't know. So that's sort of like the plans for this week will be definitely the Warband thing, definitely the one on politics, and hopefully the one on, among other things, Death of the Author, BookTube, and church history. Because church history. No worries. It'll all make sense, I promise. It does in my brain, which is not that good an explanation, I guess. Depending on how long it'll take me to do actually read the whole Demon Princess series, that one might actually fit in this week as well. Who knows? And I kind of forgot. I have to read Swords Against Death. I mean, reread Swords Against Death, because finally, John and me are going to talk about that one and continue our series of going through the fantastic adventures of Halford and the Grey Mouser. And hopefully, this time I'll actually manage to get the whole intro thing figured out in a way that does not fuck up all the resolutions and stuff. Wish me luck. It's not that easy, I promise you. So yeah, I'll read that and I'll record it this week, and depending on how long it'll take me to actually get that thing edited, it'll probably be out next week, because I don't know if we record it on Saturday or Sunday, because we haven't talked about that yet. So we will see. So that's the video planning, I guess. Now, all of this will, may or may not go smoothly, or will be slowed down, because, my life's a mess. I've said that before. Hopefully today or tomorrow, a long overdue CD will arrive here, so I'll have to do some shipping and stuff for that, and hopefully that'll, ease my mind some, because it's delayed by 4 months, something like 4 months delayed, which, believe me, I didn't want to let it happen this way. Unfortunately, it did. And I'm certainly to blame for that. My mental health and my inability to cope with it was certainly to blame with that. And it's caused me a lot of, pain. But yeah, there we are with that. In general, as I said, my life's a mess, and I really need to figure out how to get some side income, which is getting a more and more desperate thing. I tried to apply for a transcription job, and I got rejected, this morning, which certainly did not help my general confidence, which is, not that good anyway, in a lot of ways. But, obviously I have no choice. I need to find something. So I'll try again and figure out something else that I can do on the side. Maybe I'll find a way to actually get sort of teaching job to help some people learn English or something like that, if I can figure out the stuff. But, that's part of the mental health issue with me. It's I'm not very confident, and I'll take forever to actually apply for something. And then being rejected certainly didn't help me, go further with this. And I'm like, it's there's all these ideas out there, but I'm completely blocking myself from actually taking any opportunity like that. It's in theory, sure, I can teach German children how to speak English. I'm pretty sure I can do that. I'm fairly confident about that. I could probably do other things like that. There's possibly hundreds of options out there. And I just can't get myself to actually, sit down and look where to apply, how to actually get these things organized, how to do all these small logistics bits that are necessary to actually get the job, in a way. That's certainly holding me back a lot. Just things like someone told me I could probably edit text. I'm like, yeah, possibly. I don't know. I like the confidence, because I don't have any qualifications in that area. Anything I can just throw down. It's yeah, you can give me money because I am officially allowed to do this, which is, once again, stupid, because I can just make claims and shit. But we don't know. So that's also going to take up a lot of time this week. I need to get some sort of job, because I'm very much running out of cash, and seriously, yeah. I'm very much running out of cash right now, and that's not a situation I want to be in. I guess no one wants to be in that situation, but I also feel, self-confident about, plugging the Patreon more, because asking for money is really difficult in a lot of ways. And don't get me wrong, I'm extremely thankful for all of you who have actually pledged to the Patreon. It's amazing. It's fantastic, trust me, but I don't know, the aggressive promoting of things like that is not something that I'm comfortable with, or that I can get done. I don't know. Maybe I need to restructure the Patreon in some way that I feel I'm offering actual value or something for people to subscribe. But I don't want to keep, videos behind a paywall or something. That doesn't feel right to me either. So I'm struggling with all of these things, and obviously the Patreon will not pay for like the amount of money I would need. So I'm not counting on that. It's just a nice thing that like I figured like if I have like enough money there, I can maybe buy a better camera or a better microphone or something, stuff like that, or maybe pay someone to actually help me edit videos so they look better, stuff like that. We will see. As said, I try not to think about money, but right now it's very difficult to do that, and I hope it won't, cripple me when it comes to making videos, because I want to make those videos. I want to get my ideas out there. It's very important to me, in a way. Anyway, I didn't want to, end this on like a downer, but there we are. I hope I'll get the other videos sorted over the next couple of days and hear all of your opinions on what I'm saying in those videos and talk with you about politics in fantasy and the politics of BookTube, or the lack of politics of BookTube, or whatever you want to call it. We will see. Ideas are there. And that's the best I can do for today, so I hope you had a great week. I hope you did some amazing reading, and yeah, tell me all about it in the comments, and let me know what you plan to read and all of these things, and let's have us a bit of a chat, and, hang out and talk books and stuff. Anyway, have a great day. See you soon. Cheers.